Welcome back once again, race fans, here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tonight's action for you, the WallBangers Racing Truck Series here at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Atlanta 134. 2 stages in tonight's race. Completion of lap 30, completion of lap 60. Then we'll fire things off for about a 70-lap run to the end. We'll see which one of these truck drivers can keep the rear end under him. Happy hour, a little bit treacherous out there for multiple drivers so far here tonight. And with that being said, how you doing? How you feeling? Thanks for joining us here tonight. I am Darkside Dave in the Cave here in the Turn 3 Racing Network booth. Glad you could join us. And as always, pleasure seeing you. Well, tell you what, why don't we, a lot of drivers out there on track. Why don't we go out there trackside, show you a little bit of the sights from the track here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the 13, Jerry Culver, actually blowing an engine right there. Ooh. Jump out there, follow Garrett Davis as he's continuing to shake down his DC Chevy Silverado. Here in the final few moments, about 7 minutes remaining here in happy hour before we will get things set to kick off. Ready to go for qualifying high above the track. There you see the blimp cam. Love these shots up here high above from the Turn 3 blimp. And speaking of coming into tonight's race, keep in mind last week's race winner in the opener, the Daytona 100, Alexander Encarnacio, going to victory lane. His brother Austin following suit right there in second. Last week, Chad Bessinger right there in third, fourth place. Right now in the point standings, Justin Hendry, Garrett Davis with a solid finish in fifth. Zachary Wilson in sixth. Brian Fine right there at seventh. Robert Nestor, Jerry Hutchinson, Steve Corporal round out your top 10 in the point standings coming into tonight's race, race number 2 in the WallBangers Racing Truck Series. Looks like about 22 drivers out there on track right now. 21 drivers turning in a time lap as we get closer and closer to the final 5 minutes here in happy hour. Going to throw up a little bit of the information of tonight's race for you. There you have it. 1.5 miles around this D-shaped oval. This track very abrasive on the tires. Track has been known to be very slick, especially when it is hot. And there you see 87 degrees out there for the air temperature, but track temperature 113 degrees. That may catch a few of these truck drivers out, as looks like race admins and officials going ahead, throwing the red flag on happy hour, gonna set things up to go into our qualifying session. Looks like last week's race winner, that 94 of Alexander Encarnacio, gonna jump out there early here in qualifying, see if he can't snatch away the pole. Austin Encarnacio also out there on up to speed lap. Jordan Westfall right there. Brandon Regal right there as well. Jeff Carson, Chad Bessinger, Robert Nestor, Stephen Baldwin Jr., Ryan Azell, and Chris Claude all out there on track. Jerry Hutchinson also out there on track right now. So about 10 different drivers out here trying to put down some time lapse early in qualifying. Track very busy place. Gonna throw up the qualifying standings for you there. You'll follow along on the left-hand side of the screen just like we do here in the Turn 3 production booth. Alexander Encarnacio coming off of turn number 2, back down the back stretch. First time lap. Let's see where this 94 is gonna shake down and where he's gonna slot in at. Coming through 3 and 4 right there. High line hustling right now. And I think that's where we're gonna see a lot of these drivers run. Tend to not use up the tires just as much. Good enough for second, all the way down to fourth now for that 94 as Ryan Azell goes to the top of the speed charts, sitting with a quick time, 30:57, as Jordan Westall takes over. Now Brandon Regal going to take that spot away with a 30:54. Encarnacio not looking good with that 32:40 right now, well off of the pace of most of these drivers. First time lap, Jerry Culver now beginning his time lap. Michael Sheffield also beginning his up to speed lap. Scott Taylor going onto the track. Our Encarnacion goes to the top of the speed charts. We'll jump back with the 59 of Stephen Baldwin Jr. as he gets up to speed. And Alexander, man, he dug deep. Big time gap between himself and Jordan Westfall. 30-34. Quick time for Alexander Encarnacion. Austin picking up where he left off, 30-44. He's going to slide in second. Baldwin Jr. going to cross the line third for his first time lap with a 30.46. Can he improve on this second time lap? A little bit of an issue right there. Blink for just a moment. Can Baldwin do anything with those Encarnacion twins up there at the top of the speed charts right now? And oh, looks like blowing the engine here. Second time lap not going to be in the books. We'll jump out there now with the 3 of Trevor Massetti as he begins his up to speed lap. Going to cross the line to start his first time lap, this time by out of the Fouled Plugs Motorsports Stables. Massetti right there hugging that bottom lane. That's something that we've seen opposite of that 94 dude. The 94 of Encarnacion was right there up on that outside wall for his entire first time lap. Then he stuck it down there on the bottom, went top of the speed charts. Let's see what Massetti can do coming across the stripe this time. And oh, look, it's like he's had a moment. Looks like he shut it down there. Massetti gonna shut it down with just a few laps. Well, not even a few laps. A couple hundred feet left to go, and he just shut it down. Gonna slide into 14th and call it quits. Take it back to the pits. Interesting little strategy there. As we inch closer to the halfway point here in this 10-minute qualifying session in the WallBangers Truck Series Racing Atlanta 134 live here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thanks for joining us here tonight. You're watching the 14 make his way around the track on his up-to-speed lap. Bob Williams going to cross the stripe, begin his first time lap here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Hot, slick track out there. Upwards of 114 degrees when we checked in pre-qualifying. Whoa, and there you can see just how slick this track really is. Drivers getting super loose on the exits there. Looks like they've got their hands full. That 14 bobbing and weaving through the center of 3 and 4 and up and into that outside wall. That's not going to be good. That's going to slow that time down, probably not even allow it. So we'll watch the 98 now of Brian Fine as he gets his tied Ford F-150 up to speed and off pit road. Do keep in mind the blend line. There you go. Nice and safe on to the racing surface. Going to get up to speed. Let's see where he'll shake out. We'll ride on board with the driver of that 98 machine, Brad Fine. And there you could hear the slight little lift, the blip of the throttle, if you will, 2 times there just for a brief moment. Oh, and a little bit of a second there for Fine as well. Looks like a few drivers having some a little bit of connection issues. There Fine goes again. We'll see if we can fix that little bit of a blink with maybe a different camera shot here. Not sure if it's us or him. Looks like maybe the problem on his end. Gonna slot in 11th with his first time lap. Where can Fine go on his second? Garrett Davis now up to speed once again in that 69 DC Chevy Silverado. We'll have to see where Garrett Davis shakes out going second time lap. But now is Brian Fine not going to improve on his second time lap. We'll jump out there now with Davis as he crosses the line. Where's he going to shake out? Looks like he's just out there on a Sunday drive right now. Garrett Davis just keeping it calm and cool right now. Getting a little TV time. Supporting them sponsors. DC out there on that machine looking nice and bright, to say the least. It's noticeable, that's for sure. Now out to Front Row Racing's number 2, Chad Burns, as he's on his up-to-speed lap, crossing the line that time by to begin his first time lap. Let's see, will Hill shake out? The 24 of Steve Corporal also out there in his Ford F-150 beginning his timed laps here today from Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Atlanta 134 for the WallBangers Racing's Truck Series. Crossing the stripe for the first time, where will Burns shake out? Good enough for 430.54, just a little bit off. He's going to have to make up about 3/10 if he's going to want to dethrone that 94 at the top of the speed charts, followed by Austin Encarnacio right there. The brothers 1 and 2 once again. Can Burns do anything with it? Going to look back. The 24 not crossing the line just yet for his first time lap. We'll keep an eye on that one. Coming across the line for the second time now goes Burns. Where will he shake down? Good enough for second, just on the heels of Alexander Encarnacio, but not able to get the job done. We'll jump back now. The only man left to try to take the top spot away, the 24 of Steve Corporal. Here he comes back down into turn 3 and 4. This time by out of the WallBangers Racing stable. Here he comes off of 4, coming to the stripe. Can he get it done? Crossing the line from 12th. Oh, not good enough. All the way up to 5th. Nobody's going to take that top spot away from that 94 of Alexander Encarnacio. So picking up where he left off last week with the race win at Daytona International Superspeedway. Joining us in just a moment. Right there in victory lane for the pole pitchers will be that 94 of Alexander Encarnacio. So big shout out to that 94 and his whole crew getting the job done once again here in qualifying. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a brief commercial break, head down trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And back trackside, race fans, field beginning to hit the starting grid. So you know what that means. We'll go ahead, run it down for you. Your starting lineup for tonight's Atlanta 134 looks a little something like this. Walking away with the pole position starting inside row number 1, the 94 of Alexander Encarnacio, picking up right where he left off with last week's race win at Daytona International Superspeedway, just to his outside, the 2 of Craig Burns. Inside row number 2, the 99 of Austin Encarnacio, followed by the 59 of Stephen Baldwin. Row number 3, the 24 of Steve Corporal, and the 7 of Jordan Westfall. Row number 4, the 36 of Brandon Regal, and the 8 of Robert Nestor. Row number 5 tonight, the 23 of Chad Bessinger, and the 57 of Zach Sandlin. Row number 6 here tonight, the 9 of Jeff Carson, and the 5 of Ryan Ezell. Row number 6, the 9 of Jeff Carson. Well, already went through that, so we'll start in row number 7 now. The 98 of Brian Fine, and the 12 of Jerry Hutchinson. Chad Claude going to bring his 11 car in the 15th spot. 16th going to go to the 51 of Scott Taylor. Trevor Massetti going to line up in 17th. Michael Sheffield will be in 18th. 19th, Jerry Culver rounding out your top 20 here tonight. The 69 of Garrett Davis. Row number 11, Bob Williams, and that will round out the field here tonight. Big shout out to Race Control, keeping things straight up in the booth here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Pace car down and away. Green flag flies for the first time here from Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. These WallBanger Racing Truck Series drivers head off into turn number 1 at full song for the first time. And who will have the top spot coming out? Looks like Alexander Encarnacio not going to have any trouble. He'll slot in first off of turn number 2. He's got Austin right behind him once again. Here comes Chad Burns, Stephen Baldwin, and Steve Corporal right there in third. For 5th now. Big time moves down the backstretch. Corporal dropping a couple spots now in the 5th position. Jordan Westfall right there. Brandon Regal, Robert Nestor, Zach Sandlin, and Chad Bessinger round out your top 10. Bessinger, you losing a position there on the start. All these drivers still packed up right along with each other. No, the 7 gets into the wall. Jordan Westfall into the wall. He's going to lose a little bit of ground now, a little bit of momentum in Atlanta Motor Speedway. One of these tracks that momentum definitely counts. It can be a big time factor. Now 2 trucks side by side crossing the line. The 7 trying to regain a little bit of the ground after a little bit of a scrape with the wall through turns 3 and 4, and there you go. He's going to lose that position. Now falling back to the 9th spot, top of the speed charts, though. There you see it. Those Encarnacio brothers, they're out there stepping away from the field. Have about a 1/10, almost 2/10 of a second race lead over the 2 of Chad Burns right now. And Alexander, as I already said, I've said it 3 times already here tonight, picking up right where he left off, leading the field here at the start of tonight's Atlanta 134. Will anybody have what it takes to take Alexander or Austin off of the pay positions, if you will, those coveted spots coming to the end of stage number 1, completion of lap number 30 here tonight? Drivers going to be able to hit the reset button, but these drivers, 3 sets of tires here tonight. The set they're on right now, and then just 2 more sets. These drivers have the option to get them when they pit at the end of the stage, or maybe they'll elect to just take fuel. Not sure how the strategies are going to unfold, because we're going to have a long green flag run, or a long attempt at a green flag run at the end of this thing. About a 70-lap run to the end from the completion of stage number 2 at the end of lap number 60. So we'll have to wait to see how all that shakes out. Still a long way away as we come across the line to begin lap number 6. Alexander Encarnacio continues to lead. His brother Austin just behind him, and that racing stable has been strong the past 2 weeks. Last week walking away with 1st and 2nd, and they have they've matched it so far here tonight. As your top 3 begin to space out a little bit on the field, we'll go back for a battle on track right now. There you see that 98 of Brian Fine. He has made up some positions, up 4 spots so far from where he started tonight's race up into the 9th spot now. And looks like he is one of the biggest movers on track. Bob Williams, the other big mover, the 14, up 4 spots from where he started, now running in the 18th position. We'll take a look back here as Jerry Hutchinson. We've got ourselves a 3-truck battle now. The 12 of Hutchinson trying to make his way by on the inside, get that Gatorade machine up in front of the Bud Light number 9, piloted by Jeff Carson. That Toyota Tundra not looking too sporty right now, getting passed by that Chevy Silverado. Ryan Izell right there in front of him trying to run down Zach Sandlin. We'll have another little battle this is a pretty good battle going on right here. Massetti now closing the distance on Claude. There you see the big run off of 2. Now the 13 of Culver. He's starting to have a big run down into turn 3 on the 3 of Massetti. So big runs all over the track. Drivers all over each other. Small little battles all through the racing field right now. Nobody comfortable except your top 2 drivers on the track right now, Alexander Encarnacion. And just as I say that, Burns makes a move and makes a pass. He gets by Austin, and Austin now going to lose a 2nd spot. Just like that, dropping 2 positions down the back stretch is that 99 of Austin Encarnacion. He drops from 2nd to 4th as brother Alexander continues to lead the field. Can that 2 do anything with Encarnacion up at the front of the field? There you see that number 2 Menards Ford F-150 trying to get up there, trying to take that top spot away, but not having any of it just yet as Alexander, as he continues to lead this field. And there you see that multiple truck battle still unfolding a little bit further back through the field. And as this battle closes in, we'll go back here, check this little battle out once again, because it is not over with yet. There you see the 5 of Ryan Izell running the bottom, and caution flag flies. Looks like Bob Williams may have been caught up and involved in this one. We'll take a look as that 14 already down and onto pit road, and not catching and seeing it with that one. Let's see if we can't see it. There you see into the outside wall, and now back down and across the nose of another truck. Looks like that possibly could have been the 57, I believe that may have been. Zach Sandlin catching a piece of that one. Unfortunate circumstance, a little bit of trouble there for Bob Williams. He's going to catch the outside wall and then come down across the nose of Sandlin. And there you see your race leader, Alexander Encarnacion, stopping, waiting on the field, waiting on the pace car. Sometimes them drivers of them Ford Mustangs, you got to watch them. Sometimes they're a little sneaky, a little tricky. Encarnacion stopping, making sure not going to accrue any penalties here, as we find ourselves under caution for the first time here tonight, early in tonight's race from Atlanta Motor Speedway here in the Atlanta 134 in the WallBangers Racing Truck Series. About halfway here in stage number 1. I don't think we'll see very many takers. So with that being said, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back with all your green flag action live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
That's right, race fans. This is iRacing, the world's #1 racing simulator. If you've wanted, they've got it all. Cars and tracks, scanned to laser precision. Physics and dynamics out of this world. And if you've ever wanted to drive a race car, this is the way to do it. A lot cheaper, I can promise you that, to wad up one of these machines because, well, you don't have to pay for them. At least not at the price tag you do in real life. So come on and check it out here on iRacing.com. All the action you could want. You want dirt, you want road, you want open wheel. They've got it all. And hey, you may even find your way out here on track with the WallBangers Racing Truck Series. So if you haven't already got it ready, head on over to iRacing.com. Field coming around, gonna cross the stripe this time by I want to call it the Chevy Silverado pace truck, but it is not. It is that Ford Mustang pace car. Whew. Mentioned it last week, race fans. It's a common theme with me. I typically ask for the Chevy Silverado pace truck instead of this Ford Mustang pace car. So forgive me if I call the pace car a pace truck a few more times here tonight. We'll have to get that all sorted out. And I'll have to retrain the brain, if you will, to make sure I get that right. And Mr. Schaefer, I can keep this on for days at a time, screaming and yelling. That's my forte. I kind of do it. I do it for a hobby. An assistant coach at a youth wrestling club, so screaming sometimes and being loud and always carrying on for hours at a time, that's kind of what I do. So, yeah, we'll just pray the vocal cords hold up as well. All right. Ford Mustang pace car gonna duck off. We'll get set to go back. Green flag racing this time. On the gas, and away we go. Alexander jumps on the gas quick and catches Craig Burns sleeping for just a moment. Your top three get away from the rest of the field pretty easily. Now Austin Encarnacio, he's going to slot in the fourth spot, losing one position on the start of this one. Here you go, 3 wide back through the field. Stephen Baldwin, the 18, or actually that is the 8 of Robert Nestor. Ryan Regal right there to the 36. Oh, trouble for Brandon Regal there for just a brief moment. 3 wide for a second, then they got it all sorted out. A little bit of trouble there for a moment. Now the 7 of Jordan Westfall, he looks to catch up and make a little bit of racing action go on here with the 59 of Stephen Baldwin. Possibly run down that 8 of Robert Nestor up at the front of the field. Nothing going on as Alexander Encarnacio has stepped away. Has got almost a 2/10 second lead over Craig Burns. Burns with a 3/10 of a second race lead over the 24 of Corporal. Corporal gaining 2 positions now from that latest restart, but losing right now, oh, and up and hard into the outside wall is that 36 of Regal. Oh my goodness. Hard impact there. You seen it just moments ago coming through 3 and 4. Hard impact with the outside wall through the center of 3 and 4. Now that 36 is just in survival mode. Can he get it back around to pit road? That's the question. That hard of an impact, you gotta wonder if the toe may be out in that 36 truck, maybe flat in a tire here. Could a tire possibly go down? Looks like he's trying to make his way down there towards pit road this time by. Nope, gonna stay out. Looks like the damage not enough to bring that car to pit road just yet. Now the 9 of Jeff Carson, he begins to make his way up through the field. Closing in on the 51 of Scott Taylor, Brandon Regal, Jerry Hutchinson, Brian Fine right there, just a few truck lengths in front of them, running in the 12th spot. Here comes that 14 after that contact earlier. 14 machine got his car fixed up, ready to go down a lap right now. Now the 13 of Culver down on the apron, bringing his truck to pit road. No, and gonna stay out on track. Just a big moment there. Slowdown, big time slowdown there from Culver. We'll check in with the race leaders there. You see them already down the back stretch, and that just lets you know how big of a lead these guys have over the 15th place driver right now. Jeff Carson in that number 9. He's about a half a track already behind this 94 of Alexander Encarnacio, who's got Craig Burns and Steve Corporal hot on his trail. Slight little gap back to Austin Encarnacio running in the 4th spot. 5th place to Robert Nestor. Just 11 laps remaining here in stage number 1. And man, I tell you, it's getting down to the nitty-gritty. Things are gonna heat up. That is for sure. Looking through the timing and scoring charts right now, trying to keep my eye on all of the action because there's some action all over the track. Ryan Izell, Trevor Massetti, Jerry Hutchinson. Look at this little 4-truck battle going on right now as we cross the line to begin lap number 21 out of the 134 scheduled here tonight in the Atlanta 134 and the WallBanger Racing Truck Series. Completion of lap number 30 will call a close to stage number 1. 4-truck battle now back off of the backstretch. The 3 of Massetti looking for the pass on the 5 of Izell. Izell gonna be stuck on the outside lane. Now the 12 of Hutchinson looking to the inside. Not gonna do it. Gonna jump to the outside now. Here comes the 1 of Sheffield into the mix. That 4-truck battle beginning to calm down for just a brief moment. Gonna check a little bit further back just behind these drivers. There you see the 57 of Sandlin. Sandlin slowly closing in on Culver and Claude. Running back right now in the 19th position. Gonna take a look back at the front as Encarnacio. He's got some company. He's got some trouble on his hands right now. Burns is right there heating him up. 8 laps remaining here in stage number 1 from Atlanta Motor Speedway and the WallBanger Racing Truck Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Down the backstretch, a little bit of a wiggle out of the rear end of that 94. That's going to let the 2 of Burns close in just a little bit as they have slowly pulled away. These top 2 runners have pulled away from third place runner, the 24 of Steve Corporal. He cannot keep his Ford F-150 up there on the tail end of the draft of Craig Burns. Burns doing a heck of a job staying right there in that dirty air of that Chevy Silverado and not really upsetting the handling of that 2 machine. That Ford F-150 is looking pretty sharp. The Jack Links Menards Ford F-150 looking strong right now. Craig Burns continues to try to chase down your race leader, Encarnacio, and that 94 looking pretty at the front. Back through the field now, your top 4 with a big time breakaway. 4 seconds back to this man on screen, the 8 of Robert Nestor. He is sitting in the 5th position and nobody around Nestor right now. Another 2.8 seconds back to the 7 of Jordan Westfall. Then another 1.3 seconds back to Brian Fine, Trevor Massetti, Ryan Ezell, and Jerry Hutchinson rounds out your top 10. Close battle now as Carson and Sheffield, they begin to mix it up. There's the 9 right there taking that spot away. And we are right there, just 5 laps now remaining in stage number 1. Here comes that 69 of Garrett Davis. He's closing in on Michael Sheffield. Jeff Carson, man on screen, trying to run down the 12 of Jerry Hutchinson. Ryan Ezell, Trevor Massetti, Brian Fine, Jordan Westall right there just in front of this 4-truck battle going on. Crossing the stripe, lap number 27 out of 134 scheduled in the official race distance here tonight. Just 4 laps till these drivers will reel it on in, reset, and come to pit road to at least top off the gas tanks. We'll have to wait and see if anybody takes tires, as tires are very limited here tonight. And there you see the lap machine to the 14 of Bob Williams looking to the inside now on that 69 of Garrett Davis. Davis not going to give that spot up very easily just yet, as the 9 of Carson continues to try to break away from Hutchinson, Sheffield, and Davis. Gonna keep our eye up here at the front, though. Gotta remain where the points matter. All the points matter, but these stage points, they can be big time later on in the season. That is for sure, as the 94 continues his race lead, almost now up to a half a second over the two of Craig Burns. Steve Corporal right there, 1.8 seconds back, 2 seconds now back from his brother. In the 94, the 99 of Austin Encarnacio sitting in the fourth spot. Robert Nestor in fifth, 6 seconds in I don't want to say in falling, but 6 seconds in falling. Back there in the fifth position, the 8 of Robert Nestor. So Encarnacio picking up right where he left off last week at Daytona International Superspeedway. Made the track just a little further north, just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, coming off of turn number 4 for the final time here in stage number 1. Green and white checkered flag in the air. Caution comes out. Your stage number 1 winner, Alexander Encarnacio, getting the job done once again here in the WallBanger Racing Truck Series on the Turn 3 Racing Network. And whoo, race fans, what a great way to start the night off. And I'm telling you what, that 94 has got to be feeling pretty good. So as he brings his truck to a slow, we'll get things set to go. Back green flag racing here in just a few moments after the drivers all hit pit road. And with that being said, we're going to take a quick commercial break, pay a few bills here. You know how that goes. So don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back.
North Carolina, where the field is rolling out for the start of today's 400-lap race on this .625-mile racetrack. Here's the starting lineup. On the pole from Dawsonville, Georgia, in the number 9 Coors Ford qualifying and Winston Cup race from North Wilkesboro is underway. Everybody nicely through turns number 1 and 2 as Bill Elliott has the lead and Dale Earnhardt has jumped into second position, followed by Benny Parsons and Bobby Allison. His second win of 1987.
Backtrack side field has completed their pit stops. Let's see if we can't catch a quick word with the driver that won stage number 1 here tonight. Driver going to victory lane last week, picking up where you left off, the 94 of Alexander Encarnacio. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
How's it going?
Hey, bud, gotta be feeling good, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
How's the truck, how's the track feel out there tonight?
It feels really good. I'm really tight, so I didn't take tires that pit stop, but next one I'm gonna take some tires and make an air pressure adjustment.
All right, my man. Well, we won't keep you much longer, as I know we'll get the one to go here, so we'll let you get back with the crew chief. But before we do, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that truck?
I love you, Lex. That's my girlfriend.
Smart man. We'll leave it at that. Good luck, elbows up.
Thanks, Dave.
All right, there you go. Smart man. Thanking the girlfriend there first and foremost. Not thanking anybody else just yet, but always thanking the important ones. Smart man. I'll say your mama taught you well. Well, and maybe I don't know. Maybe I'm speculating there. You know what, David? Just shut up. Anyways, here we go. Once again, the Encarnacion Racing Stable gonna start this race from the front row, just like they did at the start of tonight's Atlanta 134 here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, lap 34 underway. We'll go back green flag racing at the start of lap number 35. Stage number 2 going to come to a close at the completion of lap number 60. Then a long run to the end to see who will walk away with the race win here today in race number 2 for the WallBanger Racing Truck Series on Turn 3 Racing Network. If you haven't already, throw these truck drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell on the right-hand side, and on the gas, and away we go to begin stage number 2. Big time wiggle and wheel spin out of that 99 of Austin Encarnacion not getting going. The 2 of Craig Burns was all over his spoiler, and big time checkup. That's got 3, 4, now 5 cars all bunched up. The 69 of Garrett Davis looking to the inside of Nestor, and Baldwin not going to be there. Baldwin going to get the ground there as Izell starting to slowly pull away. Big time battle right here. 5, 6 trucks involved. Nobody letting off just yet. That's from 7th on back now. Falling just a little bit more through the field. The 69 of Garrett Davis. He's going to lose some ground, and way up the track, Michael Sheffield losing a ton of ground. The 51 with a big wiggle. Scott Taylor with a big wiggle off of turn number 2. Here comes the 3 of Trevor Massetti to the inside. Looking now to the inside of that 1 of Michael Sheffield. Massetti now going to make that pass work off of turn number 4. 3, 4 cars all lined up on the inside just in front of him. The 69 looking to try to get by Izell, but nowhere to go just yet. 69 now up to the top of the track. Izell down to the bottom. Big move by the 3. He's going to line up right there, half a truck length off of the 69. They're going to work their way off of turn number 2. Draft working now for the 3 car as he's trying to close in on the 5. That battle is for the top 10, the final spot in the top 10. And these 3, 4 trucks, now the 59 slow out of turn number 4. Big time push, had to get out of the gas. And that's going to open the door for the 5 of Izell. He's going to look to the bottom. That window has opened up. He's going to look to put his truck right there. And here comes Massetti. Oh, the 1. He's going to close the door. He's going to open up that inside lane. And now the 1 of Michael Sheffield looks to gain some ground, looking to the inside of the 59 of Baldwin. Halfway down the backstretch now, back into turn number 3 on the bottom. No problem there. Put the top spot, or not put the top spot, put him now into the top 10. As Sheffield has finally made that pass work. The 69 of Garrett Davis looking to try to get himself into another. Ooh, big time moment there for the 59. A little bit of a blink, and he's going to fall through the field now as the 51 looks to the inside. The 12's going to follow through. Oh, and the 3 of Massetti, he's getting freight train now as Jerry Hutchinson. He's going to drop down on the elevator and say, "Thank you, sir." Friendly wave out the window now as Massetti goes by the 57 of Zach Sandlin. Massetti held up for just a brief moment there by Stephen Baldwin Jr. I apologize there. Sandlin just in front of Massetti as Baldwin Jr. having some trouble, and he has fallen big time now. 11 spots. Oh, and the 13 hard into the outside wall. Oh, my goodness. Not sure what happened right there with that 13 machine, but Culver hard into the outside wall. He's going to look to come to pit road this time by. So we'll go back up here at the front. No, caution flag is going to fly as Jeff Carson, I believe, has found himself at the wrong end of things here. In stage number 2, we'll take a look back here with the turn 3 replay. And there you see the 13 machine. There it is. There's the impact, and hard impact for that 9. Ooh, tough break there for that 9. And at the front of the field, while we were watching that battle take place at the front of the field, Craig Burns was able to make his way by the 94 of Encarnacion, and Brandon Regal also was able to make his way by there. So the 94 of Encarnacio not getting tires under that stage caution may be paying the price here. But keep in mind, that's going to give him an extra set a little bit later on in the race. Does he choose to maybe come now and take those tires, give up a little track position right now, take those tires, march his way through the field, and be sitting pretty come the end of stage number 2? Well, looks like he's going to stay out on track, so that strategy not going to work, and that is why, race fans, I'm up here in the booth and not on the pit box. And I'll tell you what, still a very, very early race here tonight, just a little bit under the 100 laps remaining here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I want to take a brief moment to check in with all the friends, fans, and race fans, friends, family, and race fans out there on the YouTube side of things. Let's go ahead and do a little poll here. What do you say? 43 laps into tonight's race, who do you think is going to walk away with the race win? I'll give it about, what do you say? I'll give it 15 laps, and we'll see which driver can pull the most votes for them to win the race here tonight. So 15 laps, race fans. There you see it, lap 43. So at the end of lap 58, no more votes. We'll see who has. We'll see who the fans have. Under caution for just the second time here tonight. First time we were under caution was the end of stage number 1. This second caution coming after a brief little moment for a few of the drivers out there. The 9 unfortunately caught up in a little bit of that mess. He's able to get it all fixed up, headed back in the right direction, but will Craig Burns be able to keep the field back behind him? Burns very fast there in stage number 1, looking to pick up where he left off in stage number 1 here in stage number 2, leading this field now, but he'll have the very fast 94 of Alexander Encarnacio starting just behind him. And looking through timing and scoring right now, looks like the brothers' party is being broken up here. The 99 of Austin Encarnacio, oh my goodness, he has had some trouble. Not sure what has happened to Austin, but he has been off the track for quite a while. And oh my goodness, being shown multiple laps down here tonight now after being up towards the front of the field. Oh my goodness, tough break for that 99 of Austin Encarnacio, sitting right now in the 21st position. Tough break for him. He is out there rolling on the track, so trying to make up all that he can. Points very, very coveted here in the WallBanger Racing Truck Series as the Ford Mustang pace car lights go out. We'll get double file and ready to go back. Green flag racing here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Craig Burns brings the field back to the restart with Brandon Regal, Alexander Encarnacio, Steve Corporal, and Brian Fine rounding out your top 5. And it looks like, hearing some words, looks like there may have been a little bit of a connection issue out there for a few of the drivers. Looks like that may have been what the 99 crew has fell victim to, but back out there, gonna try to do all he can to make up for that, I am sure. Field back, double file, Ford Mustang pace car ready to duck off, this time by field waiting. Green flag flies once again here in stage number 2, start of lap number 46 out of the 134 scheduled in tonight's official race distance. Stage number 2 will come to a close at the completion of lap number 60, and Burns stepping away now to a 3-truck race, now 4-truck race length back down the back stretch as Regal has got Encarnacio chomping at the bits right there on his rear deck lid. Can Encarnacio or maybe Corporal, he's right there in that 24 machine right there. He can pounce. He's sitting in the catbird seat, if you will. Jordan Westfall just a little bit off pace, but right there knocking on the door now in the top 5 position. Brian Fine in 6th. 7th of Robert Nestor in a big battle going on. We'll take a look back here at this 3, 4, 5 truck battle. That is for about from 10th on back. So a lot of drivers mixing it up here. 9th is Garrett Davis, Jerry Hutchinson, Trevor Massetti right there in the 3 truck. He's looking to gain some ground as the Gatorade machine goes way up the track. Hutchinson up the track and out of shape. Through 3 and 4, now the 3 of Massetti. He looks to dig down into turn number 1 and try to gain some ground on the 69 of Garrett Davis. Not having any of it just yet. Back here side by side, Hutchinson and Taylor. Taylor trying to take that spot away. Not going to have it. Or I apologize. That's Ryan Azell right there. Not Scott Taylor. Taylor battled with him just a few laps ago. There you see him just behind him. And that white and green machine, that white and green Toyota Tundra trying to close the gap and see if he can't get back up there and battle with the 12 in that 5 machine. But now Craig Burns stepping out to almost a 3/10 of a second race lead. Oh, big time run. A little bit of a touch, a little bit of a bump there by Hutchinson on the back end of Ryan Azell as he's kind of giving a little nudge like, hey, buddy, let's go. It's time to go. As just in front of them, Trevor Massetti continues the battle side by side with the 69 of Garrett Davis. That battle has been raging on for the past 3-4 laps or so. The 3 of Massetti finally gets the job done, taking that inside run, but looking to make the crossover work is the 69 of Davis. And that has let Azell and Hutchinson close the gap. Now it's a 4-truck battle once again from 7th on back. Robert Nestor and Michael Sheffield, they battle 7th and 8th position on track right now. Looking to the inside is that one of Sheffield. Nestor stuck on the outside in his number 8 double mint machine. That Ford Mustang not headed in the right direction. Going to give up that spot to Sheffield. Sheffield, biggest mover of the race so far here tonight, up 11 positions from where he started tonight's race, now running in the 7th spot. Nothing changing at the front of the field. Small gaps actually beginning to develop between the drivers at the top 5. Craig Burns continues to lead. Brandon Regal, Alexander Encarnacio, Steve Corporal, and Jordan Westfall round out your top 5. Looking back through the track, and looks like one of the closest battles. There you see right here once again that 69 of Garrett Davis involved with Jerry Culver in a battle right here. They're trying to close the gap and close the distance on a few of the drivers in front of them. Hutchinson looking to make a pass on Culver. Azell right there on Nestor. That's a battle for the top 10. Put Culver inside the top 10 as Nestor going to lose a ton of ground and drop another spot to that 13 of Nestor. Nestor looking to the inside in turn number 3. He's going to have the spot as we reach lap 54 out of the 134 scheduled here tonight, closing in on the halfway point, closing in on the end of stage number 2, coming to a conclusion at the completion of lap number 60. Watching the hot and heavy battle now between the 5 of Ryan Azell and the 13 of Jerry Culver. And I tell you what, whoa, big moment there. My Azell, he jumps up into the outside wall. Oh my goodness, coming fast. Here comes the 12 evasive maneuvers. He's going to drop 2, now 3 spots. After that contact, Azell going to drop all the way to the 12th spot as the 8 of Robert Nestor looks to the inside, looks for that pass. Now coming across the stripe, gonna have it, and here comes Garrett Davis looking to follow suit. He's going to do so as well. So Ezel losing 4 spots after that contact with the outside wall. Back at the front, just outside of your top 5, knocking on the door. Just in a few more moments, we'll have another battle on track. Michael Sheffield has closed the distance on Brian Fine. Fine out there running that outside lane in that Ford F-150, the Tide Ford F-150, hugging that high line. But the one of Michael Sheffield digging on the bottom, making it work right now, still trying to make the pass as they work their way off of 1 and 2, back down the back stretch, preferred spot to the one of Sheffield. Sheffield's gonna gain the spot, get the position. Nice and easy through 3 and 4 and back through the tri-oval, put Fine up into 7th. As the front of the field has pretty much gapped themselves on out. 4 laps remaining here in stage number 2. There you see your race leader going on by Brandon Briegel. Alex Encarnacio now 5 seconds back from your race leader. Craig Burns looks like he's got stage number 2 in the books. And right there in his hands, just got to complete 3 more laps. So nice and easy here. Not looking like there's going to be any trouble in front. Oh my goodness, that could have been big time moment there. Scott Taylor with a big time moment. That could have been big time trouble. There you see the 51 with an off track moment. We'll take a look back real quick, see what happened with Taylor, and we're not seeing actually what happened here. Let's see what happened with Taylor getting loose. Almost into that outside wall, trying to get the truck going. Ooh, and right into the 59. Oh my goodness, somebody is not happy. I can guarantee you that. The 59, he has got to be a little bit upset after that rough contact. Stephen Baldwin caught up in some mess here in stage number 2 as we continue green flag racing. Baldwin, unfortunately, after that contact, had to come to pit road. He's beating and banging, thrashing away down there on his machine, trying to get it back out there on the track and coming to start the final lap of stage number 2. Craig Burns takes it down the back stretch, and nobody in front, nobody behind that Jack Link's Menards number 2 Ford F-150, looking pretty, and green, white, checkered flag in the air. And boom, just like that, stage winner. The 2 of Craig Burns gonna walk away with some stage points here, set himself up pretty for the run to the end here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. My goodness, race fans, right on the halfway point here tonight. And who's gonna have what it takes to finish this thing on out? We'll have to wait and see how the field sorts itself out after a round of pit stops. I'm sure a few of these drivers out there are going to want to come to pit road, get those coveted 4 fresh Goodyear tires. The driver of the 94, Alexander Encarnacio, I can guarantee you he's wanting to come to pit road, as there you see your stage 2 winner bringing his number 2 machine down to pit road. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step away for a brief moment. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And welcome back, race fans. Thanks for staying with us here on the Turn 3 Racing Network while we find ourselves under caution here at the completion of stage number 2. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters. We do appreciate each and every time you tune in. Without you, there'd be no us, so we do appreciate each and every time you tune in, whether you're the fan, friend, or family, or just the casual race fans stopping by. We do appreciate and we do salute each and every one of you. Go ahead, as I said, throw these drivers a thumbs up. Let them know you appreciate all the great racing action they provide for you here tonight, this wonderful Saturday night even here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Big shout out to the driver of that 36 truck, Brandon Regal, sporting a Lost Speedways paint scheme. Out there, I've got one at Asheville Motor Speedway, located about 15 miles up the road, as the Ford Mustang pace car gonna duck off. Culver spins the tires and into Burns. Big crash at the start. The whole field wads it up at the start. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we stay green somehow. Caution flag now coming out. Oh my goodness. Big time crash here at the start. We'll take another look at this one. Oh my goodness. There you see the tire spin into Burns, Burns into the wall, and there's just a pile of trucks everywhere. Drivers trying to stop, trying to make their way by. Oh my goodness. Zach Sandlin, Stephen Baldwin, Scott Taylor, Chad Bessinger, all involved. Jerry Culver, Chad Burns. Oh my gosh. Ton of drivers involved in this one, and there you see the flagman getting a workout, that's for sure. Let's take one more look at it here. There you see tire spinning it. Oh, that is a hard lick there for the 2 machine. He is going to be fixing that for quite some time, that is for sure. Nonetheless, and with that being said, we'll get back at the front of the field live once again here as Alexander Encarnacio inherits the race lead. He'll catch up to the back of that Ford Mustang pace car, and Trevor Massetti in the 3 will line up just behind him. Steve Corporal, Michael Sheffield right there, Brian Fine, Brandon Regal, Jerry Hutchinson, and maybe jumping the gun a little bit there on the starting lineup as Corporal gonna go to pit road. He's got some damage that he needs to get fixed up on that 24 truck. Ooh, quite a few drivers going to be fixing on their machines. I can already tell that pit road, very busy place this time by. Ooh, and look at that 3. Look at that right front of the 3 machine. It is beat in. That is going to spell some trouble for him in the draft. Oh my goodness. I tell you what, let's look back through the field here. Let's go to one of the other camera shots here. Great camera shot just in front of these trucks. Let's check a few of these drivers back through the field. What do we say we go back here at this 8 machine? There you see the double mint Ford F-150 being piloted by Robert Nestor. Looks pretty clean, no fenders bent in. A little bit of rubber on the front end of that machine, but doesn't look any worse for wear. As Ryan Ezel brings his truck down pit road, we'll check in on that 57 of Zach Sandlin. Sandlin moving up now to the 9th position. A little bit of damage on the front end of that. There you see a little bit of a crinkle on the hood of that truck, so he's been involved in a little bit of shenanigans. I like that word, shenanigans. Been involved in a little bit of mix-up, a little bit of fender rubbing out there tonight. Not sure what kind of pies that is, but, you know, down here in the South, we love them kind of pies. I don't know if you know about that here in the South, but boy, them pies good. Whew. Anyways. See, now I'm going to have to go get me a pie. A lot of great paint schemes out there. And, oh, good to see Chad Burns has got that too. Jack Links. Menards. Ford F-150 fixed up back out there on the track now, sitting right there. There you see him in the 13th position. He's going to have a lot of ground to make up. But still a lot of time to do it here tonight. Just about halfway through tonight's race. So Burns still has plenty of time to make that up. And looks like he, no, not going to come to pit road this time by. It looks like the field may be getting the one to go. We'll check back in up here with your race leader. There you see him, Alexander Encarnacio, picking the inside. He'll have Massetti just to his outside. Michael Sheffield will line up in third. In fourth will be Brian Fine. And biggest movers of the race so far here tonight, that 3 of Massetti and that 1 of Michael Sheffield, both up 15 positions from where they started tonight's race and looking to make it a few more here tonight. We'll have to wait and see how all that goes. And I'm looking forward to there, Miss Cheryl. I'm looking forward to seeing if Craig can make it up through the field here from the 14th starting position here on this restart. I'm looking to see how fast he truly can make it up through the field, as we've got about, right at about, I would say about 70 laps remaining here tonight. Going to be a very, very close one, that's for sure, as the Ford Mustang pace car ready to duck off. We'll get set to go back. Green flag racing once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field being brought back to the restart line by that 94. And on the loud pedal once again is Encarnacio. And away we go. Big time jump on that start there by Encarnacio. He breaks away from the field with a 2-truck race lead down into turn number 1. Your top 3 breakaway, now your top 4 breakaway, no problems. Hutchinson now trying to deal with that 69 of Garrett Davis right off of the corner. Oh my goodness, that was close. Off of 2 between Hutchinson and Davis. Claude Regal right there behind them in 7th and 8th position. Close battle now between the 8 of Nestor. There you see the 23, the 5, the 51, the 59. All right here wrapped up with each other. And caution, flag flies once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Looks like the 7 may have been involved in this one. We'll take a look back here, see what may have happened with Jordan Westfall. There you see contact right there. A little more contact and across the nose of that 36. And oh my goodness, hard impact. I tell you what, let's bring you a little up close and personal action here from the cockpit. Oh my. One more look back here from the gyro cam. There you see it coming off the banking, and boom, boom, and pow. Not sure how he kept it going and how he kept it moving after that hard impact, but that number 7 Bass Pro Shops Chevy Silverado has seen some better days, so we'll rejoin the field back at the front as you see that 7 coming to pit road, the 94 of Encarnacio, Massetti, Fine, Sheffield, Davis, Hutchinson, all stay out on track. Regal, Westfall, Corporal, Culver, all on the pit road this time by. 21 drivers took to the field for tonight's race. We've still got, it looks like we've still got 18 drivers out there on track. We've still got 13 drivers on the lead lap, it looks like. No, Carson, Regal, and Westfall gonna be able to stay on the lead lap, so 16 drivers still on the lead lap here tonight, as we are just over the halfway point here in the WallBanger Racing Truck Series Atlanta 134, live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you, race fans, for joining on here tonight. We do appreciate you each and every time you do. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live. And, well, you've got to pay bills, and so do we. So we'll step away for just a brief 30-second commercial break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back. And you thought we were kidding. No, we weren't. Bills are due, and we got to pay our dues. You know how that goes. You know how that is. Back once again, trackside here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Half of the race already in the books, and multiple drivers with some big-time troubles out there tonight. Last week, walking away with a podium position. He's going to find himself well behind the 8-ball here tonight, though. The 99 of Austin Encarnacio sitting now after starting tonight's race in the second position. He finds himself all the way back in the 17th spot. Brother Alexander still leading the field, though. He'll have Massetti just behind him. But as I was saying, big names in trouble. Baldwin Jr. in trouble. Steve Corporal in trouble. Bob Williams, Jerry Culver, all in trouble with some incidents here tonight, finding themselves back multiple laps down here tonight. Tough break for a few of these truck drivers here, but they continue to try to soldier on and gain any type of points and positions that they can, as it's still a long race here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. HotLanta 134. Man, I tell you what, it's Atlanta's never disappointing. Atlanta always tends to bring some great racing action, some slipping, some sliding, some beating and banging. Whether it's door to door or door to wall, there's always some action going on at Atlanta Motor Speedway. That's why it has been dubbed HotLanta, because there's always some hot and heavy action. And I'm sure these race drivers are ready to bring some of that your way. Pace car lights are off. We're ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by to begin lap number 75 out of the 134 scheduled in the official race distance. No more stage breaks. That's all said and done with. The 94-year winner in stage number 1. Stage number 2 winner Craig Burns will line up in the 13th spot and on the gas, and away we go. Green flag flies. Once again, here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Good start by Encarnacio. Massetti with a better start this time, but Brian Fine all over both of those top two runners there. You see him just off in that third spot in that tied Ford F-150. He has got that thing dialed up and moving towards the front of the field. They've gapped the number 1 machine of Michael Sheffield already. Garrett Davis running in the 5th spot. Jerry Hutchinson. There you see big time battle on track just behind your top 3. Sandlin, Bessinger, Scott Taylor involved in this battle. There's the 8 of Robert Nestor. Ryan Ezell, he's bringing himself up into the mix. Craig Burns, he's looking to try to make his way by a few of these cars, see if he can't put that 2 back into a winning position here tonight. Long race still to be had. The 51 with a big move now, looking to the inside of their number 11 Sprite Toyota Tundra, being piloted by Chris Claude. Claude gonna give that position up, and now Taylor looking for the spot. Looking for the spot on Hutchinson and gonna make it work. By the time they enter turn 1, they get the spot done. Big time move there by that 51 of Scott Taylor. Back at the front of the field, Alexander Encarnacio. Look at this, 7/10 of a second race lead. Just like that, he has walked away from the field. We'll back up, give you a little bit of shot, a little bit of the action a little bit further back from the track. Let you see a little bit more of the trucks and the action going on. Michael Sheffield having to deal with Garrett Davis in that 69 machine. That is the battle for fourth and 5th position on track right now. About close to 3.5 seconds back behind your race leader. So these two drivers gonna have to sort that on out fairly quickly, or they're gonna find themselves losing some more time here to those front runners. There you see Scott Taylor. He's trying to get up there and make this a 3-truck battle for the 4th, 5th, and 6th position. Just behind Taylor, though, you can find Nestor in that 8. He's broken away from the 11 of Claude, Craig Burns, Jerry Hutchinson right there in the 10th spot. Another battle on track there. You see it side by side down the back stretch. Zach Sandlin looking to take that 57 around the 9, but no. Carson gonna make that inside lane work. Move Carson into the 12th spot. And where is Burns? Burns started back here with these drivers back in 13th position. And where is he? Well, there he is. Right there, that 2 machine already up and inside the top 10, running now in the 9th position. About 4.5, 5, oh, I can't count at all, can I? Almost 6 seconds back from your race leader, Alexander Encarnacio, and I'm sure Encarnacio is on the mic with his spotter, with his crew chief, wondering where that 2 is and how the progress back through the field is going for him. 6.5 seconds now in front of Burns, so Encarnacio doing what he's got to do, and that's making the gap bigger. Green flag pit stops will be a necessity. None of these drivers going to be able to make it to the end on fuel, as all of them come into pit road around lap 61. Latest on pit road is lap 72. That is Jeff Carson in that number 9 machine. So Carson right there you see him just now coming off of turn number 4 in that Bud Light Toyota Tundra. Yeah, he's got the most gas, the most, looks like just the most gas came to pit road for only 5 seconds, so looks like just a top off on fuel for that 9 of Carson, but he's going to be able to go about 10 laps longer than the rest of this field, and he may be just on the outside of the fuel window looking in. We'll have to keep an eye on that, see if he's saving any gas, but at the front of the field, not saving any gas right now is this man, Brian Fine, as he is trying to close the gap to Alexander Encarnacio. Encarnacio now giving up a little bit of gap, a little bit of time. That gap now down to just about a half a second, was knocking on the door closer to a second away from Fine, but Fine has since found a little bit of extra speed, and that tied F-150 is slowly gaining some ground on that 94 of Encarnacio, the 3rd place runner. There you see him, the 3 of the Trevor Massetti. Massetti up 14th position so far here tonight. Heck of a job, heck of a run out of that number 3 machine. But right there you see the 4-truck battle now between Michael Sheffield, Garrett Davis, Robert Nestor. All right there packed up with each other, and we'll go ahead and throw that 11 of Chris Claude into that mix, running in the 7th position. These 4 trucks trying to battle it out, trying to see who can grab a top 5 right here. Sheffield and Davis sitting right now in 4th and 5th, but they are the drivers mixing it up the most. Nestor and Claude just there to pick up the pieces. The 51 of Scott Taylor finds himself about 1.7 seconds off of this battle. And caution flag flies once again here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Let's see if we can't figure out what happened with this one. Gonna go back here. Let's see if we can't see anything. And there you see the 59 of Stephen Baldwin Jr. with a little bit of a moment. Goes around, catches it. Take a look at this again. Ooh, there you see off the front end of that 57 machine hard into the outside wall. And that will put us under caution once again here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. We'll rejoin the front of the field once again live back behind the Ford Mustang pace car. The 94 of Alexander Encarnacio has control of the field, and will he bring the field to pit road? Pit road open. Will the trucks come? Yes, they do. No okey dokes going on just yet. Michael Sheffield gonna stay out on track. We'll have to wait to see if that's a winning maneuver or not. Ooh, that's gonna be a close one. It's still gonna be a close one for a lot of these drivers on fuel. Looks like about 45, 46 laps or so to the end of this one from right here. So we'll have to wait and see if that's enough gas to get them to the end. And well, that being said, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And back track side as the field gets the one to go. We'll get double file once again and get set to fire things off. Will we see a clean restart? Driver's going to have to be very aware of the wheel spin. We've seen some wheel spin catch a few drivers out earlier in the evening. We'll have to wait and see if 20-something lap old tires is enough to get that wheel spin, or if the drivers at the front can keep it manageable. Your top two drivers staying out on track. Alexander Encarnacio gonna line up in the 4th spot. He will be the first driver on the fresh tires. Whew. Now, I don't know if this gamble pays off for Sheffield and Davis. Their crew chiefs are gonna get a Nobel Prize or something like that. I don't know what kind of award they give to super geniuses, but they're gonna have to get a super genius award because it is going to be a massive gamble. But hey, you never know. That's why we got to race this thing on out to the end. Chevy, there you go. Ford Mustang ducking off once again. The one back on the gas, and away we go. Garrett Davis with a good jump on the outside. The 69 gets a good run at the line. Now has the momentum. Gonna clear that inside lane. Gonna have the spot over Sheffield down into turn number 1. Now Sheffield kind of a moving roadblock right now in front of Alexander Encarnacio. Encarnacio looking to the bottom. Gonna make the pass now on the one. Put Encarnacio into the 2nd spot as Sheffield losing a little bit of ground. Here comes Scott Taylor, Trevor Massetti, Brian Fine, Craig Burns, all right here looking for the position, and Craig Burns knocking on the door of a top 5 once again here already after being involved in that restart incident with the wheel spin. And man, oh man, Burns making short work of the field, making his way back inside the top 10 and now knocking on the door of a top 5. This is the battles on track right here. There you see 3, 4, 5, 6 cars all battled up, all packed up with each other as Garrett Davis and Alexander Encarnacio, they start to step away from the field. Michael Sheffield, Brian Fine, Trevor Massetti, Scott Taylor, Jeff Carson, Craig Burns, Ezel, Claude Hutchinson, all battled, all embroiled in this battle right here as the one gets moved up the track and out of the way. Sheffield gonna lose a little bit of ground now as Massetti makes his way by. Scott Taylor looking to do so as well. Taylor looks to the inside, the 9 of Carson looking to the inside, the 2 of Burns, high, wide, and handsome right now, running that Harry Gant line, looking for the momentum coming through the tri-oval. Looks like he's going to be side by side with the 9 going into turn number 1, 2, 3 cars. 3 trucks wide there for just a brief moment through the tri-oval. They get it all sorted out. Will Burns continue to run that high side, trying to keep as much grip in the tires as he can. Here comes the 9 looking to the inside of Scott Taylor once again. Not going to be there, not going to happen. Now, big time move through the center as one car into the outside wall. Into the outside wall, the 11 of Claude. That Sprite machine has seen some better days. Hard impact with the outside wall, scraping down through 3 and 4. Back up front with all the great racing action. Once again, Trevor Massetti right there now leads the one of Michael Sheffield, Jeff Carson, Ryan Ezel, Scott Taylor right there battling it out on track once again. This has not settled down just yet. Scott Taylor now losing some ground, losing more ground as another driver, Nestor, makes his way by, and Burns has lost a ton of ground all the way from 7th back to 11th, being stuck behind a car for just a brief moment. Now looking to the inside, he's going to make the pass on Taylor as Taylor has dropped back to the 12th spot. Now we continue, green flag running on lap 95 out of the 134 scheduled in the official race distance. Brian Fine right here at the front of the field trying to keep Alexander Encarnacio behind him, and here comes Garrett Davis. Oh, and contact! Driver's going off track. Off track, Ryan Ezel, Jared Hutchinson involved in this latest incident. We caught it there for just a brief moment. We'll take a look back here, see what happened with Ryan Ezel. There you see, oh, and there's the contact and catches the 12, and both trucks hard into that inside wall. Oh my goodness. That 5 and 12, they've both seen better days from that latest incident. And there you see it, just hard racing right here, washing up the track a little bit, coming across the nose, and both drivers hard into the outside wall, hard to the inside wall. That 12 machine, man, oh man. Hutchinson with some killer impact on that inside wall. Oh my goodness. Back with the front of the field under pace speed once again, and Brian Fine having some issues there. Looked like a little bit of blinking action going on there with Brian Fine just in front of Alexander Encarnacio, and there you see Fine once again still having those connection issues. Looks like it's starting to sort itself on out as we're inching our way into what I like to call a short track Saturday night special on our hands. Looks like we're gonna have right at about the 37 laps remaining here tonight in Atlanta 134s in the WallBanger Racing Truck Series, live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Thank you for joining us, all long race fans. Man, I tell you what, if you haven't seen it yet, wait till you see 4 trucks, 4 wide, coming to the line here in just a few moments. We've seen 3 and 4 wide at times already here tonight. These drivers not playing no games, that is for sure. Can Alexander Encarnacio recapture the race lead and go up there and capture another race win, make it back-to-back race wins for that 94 of Alexander Encarnacio? We'll wait and see as Garrett Davis looked to try to okey-doke the field, get some of these drivers to hit pit road. Nobody falling for it. They're all going to stay out there on track. And, man, I'll tell you what, we're going to have ourselves one more to go before we go back green flag racing. So, let's see. Tell you what, why don't we do it, because we didn't get a chance to do it earlier. Let's see. Oh my goodness, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this. Huh. And well, race fans, dealing with a little new audio system and things of that nature over here in the production booth here tonight, so not quite sure how to get a hold of a few of the drivers out there tonight. Was going to look to see if we couldn't catch in a quick word with the driver that won stage number 2 and looking to come up through the field here, lining up in the 9th position, the 2 of Craig Burns. Was going to see if we couldn't get a quick word in with him, see what his thoughts and feelings were, trying to make his way back up through the field with 35 laps remaining when we go back green flag racing field, being brought to the green flag by the 98 of Brian Fine looking to see if he can't put that 98 machine into victory lane. Alexander Encarnacio gonna line up just to his outside. Garrett Davis right there in third, and pace car down and away. Green flag flies once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Garrett with a great start, gonna keep Encarnacio out there on the outside. That may pay dividends here later in the coming stages of this race, as Garrett Davis was able to get by Alexander Encarnacio on that restart, and that could spell trouble for that 94. Now looking back to the inside in turn 3. Side-by-side battle for second position. Spot going to go back to the 94 of Encarnacio as Davis kind of just moves up the track, gives the spot back. 2 and 3 wide back here for position. Chad Bessinger, Craig Burns, Michael Sheffield. These 3-4 drivers, they're mixing it up as well, as we are down in the witching hour, the final moments here, as we've got just a little over 30 laps remaining here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Atlanta 134 for the WallBangers Racing Truck Series. Brian Fine continues to lead the race. He has a 3/10 second race lead over Alexander Encarnacio. Encarnacio has 5 or a half a second over Garrett Davis. Jeff Carson in 4th. Trevor Massetti now running in 5th. Chad Bessinger, Craig Burns, Michael Sheffield, Robert Nestor. This battle on screen right here in front of your eyes. We'll back it up, give you a little bit more of the action right here. There you see that 2 looking to the inside of the 23 of Bessinger. Bessinger going up the track 2, 3 wide behind him. There for just a brief moment, looked like they were going to go 3 wide, but Bessinger on the outside. Not going to happen, as that 23, that Toyota Tundra, looks strong out there on that outside lane. He's going to keep Sheffield and Nestor behind him, but here comes Cloud right there in that 11 machine, trying to close the distance, trying to get up there and see if he can't take away that 9th position away from Nestor. Cloud running in that 10th and final spot in the top 10 right now, trying to see if he can't make a better day out of this one. Now Alexander Encarnacio, there you see him, the driver of that 94 machine. He's got 7/10 of a second to make up, and he has got about a 7/10 of a second buffer back to the number 9 of Jeff Carson. There you see Carson battling with Garrett Davis. Davis dropping from that 3rd spot now to 4th after making a run and a charge towards the front after our latest restart. Started in the 4th spot and moved up. Started in the 3rd spot, moved up to 2nd, and now has dropped back into the 4th position, and looks like losing a little bit more ground lap after lap. Looks like Brian Fine is picking him up and laying him down right now. One of the fastest drivers on track that last time by was the driver of that 9 machine on screen right now, Jeff Carson. Last time by 32:02. A lot of drivers about a 10th slower right now on track. So that 9, one of the fastest drivers on track, as he has stepped away from Garrett Davis. And here comes the 5 of Ryan Ezel, one of the drivers a few laps down here tonight, but still trying to make up some positions and somehow try to work his way back onto the lead lap, because this man right here, Iron Man Award, we got to get up close and personal for this one. This man right here, running in that 99 machine, Austin Encarnacio, has made his way back onto the lead lap after being scored 3 laps down at one point in time in tonight's race, after starting the race on the outside pole in the 2nd position. Had a little bit of connection issues, fell through and back to pit road and back out onto track, losing 3 laps. Encarnacio has been elbows up, head down, and just driving the wheels off of this 99 truck. Now finds himself in the top 12, knocking on the door of a top 10. In a recovery like that, that is a good race night right there. Could have ended much worse for the crew of that 99, but the never say die attitude. Austin has made his way back out on track and back to the lead lap. And now into the 11th position as Scott Taylor has brought his 51 machine to pit road. So Austin, yet another one in the book. Another spot for that 99 as he continues the quest to recover today and finish inside the top 10. Big time run here by Zell on the back end of that 94 of Alex Encarnacio. And I wonder if Encarnacio still has some older tires as we have reached the under 25 laps to go. Just 24 laps remaining here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Can this man right here on screen, can he somehow make up the time? Because he is one of the fastest on track. Robert Nestor actually listed as the fastest driver on track that last time by with a 30.91. So Nestor heating up the field right now, but he is way back behind your race leader, 3.5 seconds back behind Brian Fine is Nestor, as Michael Sheffield, he brings his machine to pit road. And I wonder if some of these drivers finally realizing they do not have enough to make it to the end. But I wonder if this man right here on screen does. Austin Encarnacio being to pit road on lap number 98. That's only about 41 laps or so of fuel that he's going to have. So he may be able to make it to fuel. And the driver right there running in the 7th position, the 11 Sprite Toyota Tundra being piloted by Chris Claude. He finds himself in the same kind of situation. Last on to pit road on lap 97 for fuel. Does he have enough in his fuel cell to make it to the end? Those drivers, and the 11 hard impact after sliding off of 2. Oh, that's going to cook the engine. Oh, no. That 11 of Claude looked like he was in a good spot, and just like that, it all goes away. It all goes out the window for the 11 of Chris Claude. We stay green flag racing, no caution on the track after the hard impact with the inside wall. Jeff Carson continues to try to track down Alexander Encarnacio for the second spot, as Encarnacio slowly losing touch with your race leader Brian Fine. There you see him in that Toyota in the Tide Ford F-150. Sorry, I called it a Toyota. I was trying to say Tide. And Encarnacio, he's not going away, and just like that, with the battle with the lap traffic, Encarnacio, he's made up the ground, and he is right there. Looking back from that right side of the 98, back at the 94 machine, and oh my goodness, he is there, folks. He is right there knocking on the door. Oh, and big time wreck in front of your race leaders. Looks like the 14 of Bob Williams may have been involved in this one. We'll take a look back. There you see that 14 machine sideways, and look at that chromed out wrap. I do like that. That is pretty sweet looking. We'll take a look back here, see what happened. And oh, looked like after contact with the wall, just not able to keep control of the truck, and hard into the outside wall once again goes that 14. Another look at it. There you see it, and back across the track he goes, and almost back up inside. Almost backing up and onto the racing surface, the 14 with some big time trouble here. Now running in the 18th spot. He's going to have to bring that truck back to pit road because, that front end is definitely pushed in. And what do you do now if you're the 98? Do you stay? Do you go? Do you come get the tires? What do you do? What's the gamble from here? Looks like he's going to stay on pit road. And Encarnacio gonna pit from second. Trevor Massetti, Robert Nestor, Garrett Davis, Craig Burns, Austin Encarnacio, all of those drivers onto pit road that time by Brian Fine, Jeff Carson, Chad Bessinger gonna stay out. Your top 3 staying out on track. Oh my goodness, everybody else behind them gonna come and get, it looks like they may get 4 fresh tires here. Davis in his pit box long enough. Garrett Davis, Trevor Massetti with tires, looks like. Robert Nestor also gonna get tires. Austin Encarnacio. Everybody with 4 fresh Goodyear tires as Trevor Massetti leads the race off of pit road. So Massetti gonna come out with the best starting position. He's gonna start in the 4th spot with the full tank of gas and 4 fresh Goodyear tires. Alexander Encarnacio, Robert Nestor, Craig Burns, Garrett Davis, Austin Encarnacio, and Michael Sheffield will round out your top 10, and only your top 3 drivers have stayed out on track. So 7 drivers to pit road for fuel and tires late in the race. 17 laps remaining. I believe just 15 laps to go when we get the green flag to go back racing once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And no, gonna have the 2 to go this time by, so we'll have just 14 laps remaining when we go back green flag racing. So, well, you know what the so is. You know what it is. Gotta pay some bills. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back with your run to the end here from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
We got big-time problems with that motor, buddy. Hey, just between you and me, the idea is to avoid the other cars. Congratulations! You just set the sport back 30 years with that move. That move will put you in the Hall of Shame. You keep doing stuff like that and we're going to lose our sponsor. Looks like that's it for us today. Now I know why you got canned by your old team. It's over. We can't fix that damage. Your car is toast. You'll need to tow back to pit lane, press and hold your reset button, and we'll come and get you.
Back track side, just as promised, as we get set to go back green flag racing field, work their way down the back stretch and towards turn number 3. Ford Mustang pace car will get ready to duck off this time by. Gonna make that hard left-hand turn, and the field will be in the hands of the 98 of Brian Fine, Jeff Carson, and Chad Bessinger. Trevor Massetti, Alexander Encarnacio round out your top 5. And it is a mix of bad top 3 on older tires. Everybody behind them on 4 fresh Goodyears. What's going to happen when the green flag flies? And there you see it displayed, and green flag in the air once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Field gets away. Brian Fine gets a good start on the inside lane. He breaks away just in front of Carson. Carson's got to deal with Bessinger. Massetti, big time drop through the field. Now 3 wide through the center of 1 and 2. Here comes Burns on the inside. Burns following Encarnacio through now, looking to the inside of the 9. 3 wide once again into turn number 3. Side by side. Oh, the 9 goes right across the 64's nose. The 64 of Garrett Davis somehow saves it. 3-4 trucks. Oh, and the 9 not coming out of that one on the good end. 4 wide for a brief moment until the 9 ran into that outside wall. Now back at the front. Battle is underway. 13 laps remaining. 4 fresh Goodyear tires on both of these trucks. The two of Craig Burns looking to track down Alexander Encarnacio. These two drivers, one stage one, one stage two. Which one will win the race here tonight? Will it be Craig Burns cracking the top of the podiums here tonight? Will he be able to keep Alexander Encarnacio out of victory lane and from going back-to-back race wins here in the WallBangers Racing Truck Series? Will wait, and caution flag flies once again. Oh my goodness, and looks like Brian Fine may have been involved, and there you see that 98 machine smoking away, coming down the backstretch. We'll take a look back, see what happened here. Middle of three wide, and contact with Massetti, and oh my goodness, bumper car. That 98 machine just around he goes. Massetti involved in this one as well. We'll take another look at this one. There you see the aftermath of Trevor Massetti bringing his car down to the apron. We'll take one more look at this one. Ooh. And there you seen that hard impact for that 98 of Brian Fine. Fine having a good race up until that point. And there you see that three of Massetti on pit road, injured and wounded. Oh my. That's going to spell trouble for a lot of drivers. Austin Encarnacio brings his machine to pit road. Everybody else going to stay out on track. So Encarnacio going to drop from inside the top five now back to the 8th position. His brother Alexander still leading the race and still looking to go to victory lane. Back-to-back race weekends. We'll wait and see if he can get the job done. 10 laps remaining here from Atlanta Motor Speedway in the WallBangers Racing Truck Series. Atlanta 134. And well, whew. Just like that, we're going to step away for another commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for your run to the end here from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
The field is rolling on the back straightaway.
Get ready. This is going to be tight. Out of turn 4, ladies and gentlemen. The All-American 400 is underway.
Gotta be careful. The bumps here can get you every time. Entering the corner, exiting the corner.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Back at the track as the Ford Mustang pace car lights go out. We're set to fire this thing on off and see who's got what it takes for the final 7 laps here from Atlanta Motor Speedway in the WallBangers Racing Truck Series. Atlanta 134. Your stage one race, your stage one winner gonna line up inside row number 1 for the restart. Stage number 2 winner gonna line up just to his outside. Alexander Encarnacio and Craig Burns getting ready to put on a show to see who can walk away with the race winner. Will it be Garrett Davis? Maybe Robert Nestor? Will somebody outside the top 5 come in and snatch this thing away from one of your top 2 drivers? Could Chad Bessinger, maybe Michael Sheffield, Jeff Carson maybe come back and take the race win? Would it be something if the 99 of Austin Encarnacio, after being 3 laps down, came away with a race win here tonight? We'll wait to see. Pace car away, and on the gas is Encarnacio, breaking away from the field, crossing the line. Green flag flies. Once again, here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, your top 3 all nose to tail down into turn number 1. Robert Nestor in the 8 right there, trying to stay in the draft with that 69 of Garrett Davis. Davis right there on Burns' tail. 2 and 3 cars wide back behind them as Austin Encarnacio tries to make up some ground. Look at this. Looking to the outside now on the 1 of Michael Sheffield, looking to crack into the top 5 after being 3 laps down here tonight. Austin Encarnacio on the move. Not being able to make the run just yet is that 99 of Austin Encarnacio. Meanwhile, at the front, his brother Alexander keeping Craig Burns at bay. Gonna come to cross the line this time by 5 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Can Encarnacio keep it up and keep Burns behind him, or will the pressure be too much? And I tell you what, why don't we go on board with that 2 of Craig Burns as he tries to chase down Alex Encarnacio for the race lead. Why don't we go ahead and hush the mics right along 1 lap here with the driver of the 2, Craig Burns. Riding with the 2 of Craig Burns as he continues to try to track down that 94 of Alexander Encarnacio. 3 laps to go. Popsicle sticks on display. 2 laps remaining from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Time is running out for Craig Burns. Austin Encarnacio, big shout out to him. He's cracked his way back inside the top 5. Now Burns looking to close the distance, close the gap. Just 2/10 separate your top 2 halfway down the backstretch back into turn number 3. Can Burns get the job done? Not closing the gap just yet. Off of turn number 4, heading back through the tri-oval. Once again, white flag in the air. Final lap here tonight in the WallBanger Racing Truck Series. Atlanta 134 through 1 and 2 for the final time. Burns hot on the trail. Can he get the run down the backstretch? Closing the distance now. Here comes that 2 of Burns. Not going to be there on entry to 3. Big run through the center for the 2. Still 1 truck separates your top 2, and the 94 gets the run off into the line. Back-to-back race weekends. Your race winner, the 94 of Alexander Encarnacio. Man, what a finish. What a race weekend for the driver of that 94 machine, walking away with back-to-back race wins. But how about this man right here after starting outside pole position, then going 3 laps down, muscling his way and running back inside the top 5. Big shout out to that 99 of Austin Encarnacio. But what about that 2 of Craig Burns? Took the win in stage number 2. Contact found him behind the 8 ball and able to drive his way back through the field, walk away with a podium finish. Heck of a job out there by that 2 of Craig Burns. But your stage 1 winner, your race winner, back-to-back races in a row now for that 94. Heck of a job by him and the entire crew getting the job done. He's celebrating, spinning the tires. So that's going to give us just a brief moment. We're going to step away, get things set for your post-race interview. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. Man, oh man, what a race here from Atlanta Motor Speedway for the WallBangers Racing Truck Series Atlanta 134. My goodness, it did not disappoint. Some great racing action all night long, all over the track. Man, oh man, I tell you what a great night of racing it was. And let's see if we can't catch up with the driver that finished in the 3rd position out here tonight. Let's see if we can't catch up and catch a few words with the driver that finished in the 3rd position here tonight. Let's go now trackside with the driver finishing in 3rd, driver of the 69 machine, Garrett Davis. David in the booth, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, my man, how you doing? How you feeling?
Good. I'm really happy with the outcome of the night. I started off super tight through entry, and the track cooled off a little bit, and just truck kind of came around to me at the later part of the race.
Well, Garrett, I'm not going to give you too much about it, but are you going for the brightest car on track award?
No, another league that I'm in, there's a guy in there that runs bright paints all the time, Parker, and just a little homage to him tonight.
Well, man, don't get rid of it. I absolutely love it. I just got to poke you a little bit of fun. Not too many drivers out there running, the neon fluorescent pinks and stuff like that. So it takes a man to do it. Let's just say that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, man, 2 races into this one, you find yourself into a podium position here, finishing 3rd here tonight in the Atlanta 134. Do you think this gives you any bit of momentum to maybe break into the podium once again next week, have another solid finish?
Oh, yeah. Our team over at Evolution should always come around. We always have a good set of guys around making sets, hanging out, practicing, so we're always up there. We will always be up in the top 10.
Well, Garrett, man, once again, congratulations on a great finish here tonight in the Atlanta 134, walking away with a third place. Before we let you go, though, and enjoy the rest of the race evening, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that truck?
Just the Evolution guys and my girlfriend.
Well, all right, there you have it. Thanking the teammates, thanking the girlfriend. Man of short words, finishing in the third place here tonight, walking away with a good finish, and that will lead us to the driver finishing in second here tonight, walking away with second after finishing stage number 2 at the front of the field. Let's see if we can't catch in a word with the driver of that 2 machine, Craig Burns. It's Dave in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Dave.
Hey, my man. Great recovery out there after a little bit of an incident after winning stage number 2. How'd the truck feel, and what did you think your shots were at driving up through the field and getting back up into a podium spot?
Truck felt great all night. It obviously wasn't as fast as Alexander. He had that thing on rails, so I don't know. I couldn't do anything about it. But yeah, I took its side tires on the first stage and rode that set for, I don't know, 80 laps. Waited, and then finally got a chance to put on the fresh set of tires, and here we are, second.
Now, speaking of the sets of tires, do you think the limited number of sets, do you think that plays into more strategy or more favorable strategy for yourself, or do you think that may hurt you and the 2 crew?
Dave, it's hard to say. Sometimes you get burned on it. Sometimes it works in your favor. You know, you need that if you got one in the bag, you need that caution to come out. Give yourself enough time to charge through the field, and it flew at the right time. And I thought we just got lucky tonight, you know.
Well, man, you gave us some great racing action out there tonight. You gave us some great onboard camera shots, and Craig, it was a pleasure to ride around with you here. It's from your seat. Do appreciate you letting us put those cameras on there. But once again, congratulations on a great finish here tonight, walking away in the second position after winning a stage here tonight. So a lot to build some momentum off of, and well, you know, heck of a finish here for you tonight. And before we let you go, you want to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that truck?
Yep, huge shout out to Steve Capel putting together this league, Jerry Culver, Trevor Massetti. Great group of guys to race with, week in, week out. You know, teammates over there at WallBangers. Jordan Westfall, can't forget him. And shout out to my dad. I know he's out there watching.
All right, my man. Well, once again, congratulations on a great finish. Pleasure watching you tonight, and look forward to catching up with you next week.
Hey, appreciate it, Dave.
All right, there you have it. That was the driver finishing in the second position here tonight. Craig Burns walking away with a great finish after winning stage number 2. And now we will get to the man of the hour, the man making it a habit of talking to us up here in the production booth, whether it's during the race or after that 94, walking away with back-to-back race wins. Alexander, man, how you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. That was the goal.
Well, man, if I'm remembering, at the end of last week's race at Daytona, you told me you weren't too happy about coming to Atlanta, but you walked away with a race win. Or do I have my wires crossed?
I think you have it. I love Atlanta. Atlanta's probably one of my best tracks.
There you go. That's what you said. Atlanta was one of your favorite tracks, and I said the field better be put on notice, and that's what you did. So, you know, wires got crossed a little bit, but, you know, same information eventually.
Yeah.
Well, man, talk us through some of the race here tonight. You walked away with the pole position, walked away with the stage win in stage number 1. You went back through the field. Walk us through running yourself back up through the field and back into that top spot.
Yeah, stage 1 I was really tight. I ended up winning stage 1, but it was super tight at the end. I think it was Craig who took tires at stage 1, so I ended up falling back to like 3rd into stage 2, and then that crazy restart where people are on old tires in front of me. spun out and wrecked. I happen to be in 5th place there because I blew pit road. So, or my pit stall, I should say. So it ended up being a blessing in disguise because I missed that whole wreck. And then at the end, there was so many cautions. It was almost a guessing game on when to take your tires. I was racing Brian there, and it was going to be a pretty good finish, but I was on really old tires. So once that caution came out, I think it was 117, I was able to take fresh tires, and that restart with me and Craig was pretty crazy. I was on the outside, I was not lifting, and I'm sorry if I ran into anyone. I was not risking losing that race.
Oh man, that last restart was a great one, that's for sure. Craig openly admitted there in post race that he didn't think he really had anything for you, but was giving it all he got, and you two put on a great show in the final few laps there. And once again, man, you found yourself in victory lane. They're building the regular season points lead and also building yourself a little bit of playoff points buffer now. So, I mean, do you let up anytime soon, or you know, from this point on, do you just hammer on down and just keep at it?
Next week, I think, is Las Vegas. Those drafting, like a mile and a half, like Kansas, Vegas, I'm probably going to take it easy. The tracks that I know I'm pretty confident I can win in, I'll go hard. But I'm going to, you know, still try at all the tracks.
All right, my man. Well, once again, great talking to you in the post-race interviews. Great job out there walking away with a race win. Back-to-back race wins now for you and that 94 crew. Before we let you go and celebrate anymore, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody on the side of that truck?
Yeah, just love you to Lexus once again. And shout-out to Austin. His computer got blue screen to death in the middle of that race, was 4 laps down, and then came back to finish 5th. So he did a really good job.
All right, my man. Well, we look forward to catching up with you next week, and let's see if we can't make it a triple threat.
I hope so.
All right, there you have it. Those were the final parting words of your race winner, Alexander Encarnacio. He's going to enjoy back-to-back race wins, a good points lead now, and those playoff bonus points beginning to add up. That's going to be another 6 in the back pocket for Encarnacio, so looking like he's going to step away from a lot of the competition already very early here in the season. With 2 race wins, with just 2 races in the books, my goodness, it doesn't get much better than that. And it sounds like the producers have pushed that good old music button, which that means, well, you know what that means, race fans. It's time to run down your unofficial race results here tonight in the WallBangers Racing Truck Series. The Atlanta 134. Your unofficial race results look a little something like this, walking away with the race win. Back-to-back race wins, the 94 of Alexander Encarnacio. Walking away in the second position, the 2 of Craig Burns, Garrett Davis going to finish in third. In fourth place, Robert Nestor. And rounding out the top 5 after being 4 laps down, man, what a drive. That 99 of Austin Encarnacio. Michael Sheffield going to finish in 6th. 7th goes to Jeff Carson. Scott Taylor going to walk away in 8th. 9th here tonight, Chad Bessinger. And rounding out your top 10, the 98 of Brian Fine. 11th spot goes to the 36 of Brandon Regal. Zach Sandlin gonna finish in a 12th. 13th spot goes to Stephen Baldwin. Ryan Azell gonna finish in 14th. 15th goes to Trevor Massetti. The 11 of Chris Claude gonna walk away in 16th. 17th goes to Bob Williams. Jordan Westfall gonna bring his 17 machine home in the 18th spot. 19th goes to Jerry Hutchinson. Steve Corporal gonna finish in the 20th spot. 21st goes to Jerry Colville. And big shout out to our race control up there, making sure things run smooth and everything runs the way it's supposed to. And well, race fans, friends, family, What a night it was here in the WallBanger Racing Truck Series Atlanta 134. We do appreciate you stopping by here tonight. If you haven't already, throw these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, smash the bell over there on the right-hand side to get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Whether it's myself, Darkside Dave in the cave, or anybody else back at the Turn 3 Racing headquarters, we appreciate each and every time you join us, because without you, there is no us. And with that being said, stay safe, stay loved. Till we see you again next time, I'll meet you in Turn 3